11 different drivers won a race in 1982. The world champion won one. So how did Keke Rosberg, a journeyman Finn nobody picked, end up with the trophy? Why did the fastest car on the grid leave empty-handed? How do you win twice and still lose the championship? And what happened to the man who was leading when it mattered most? And this man, who had nearly quit Formula One entirely, was the only one left. Walking into 1982, Keke Rosberg was Williams' number 2. Reutemann had the lead seat, the man who'd finished second in the World Championship the year before. Nobody was writing Keke's name on the trophy. Then Reutemann quit. Argentina and Britain were at war over the Falklands. And Argentine at a British team, the politics made it impossible. Reutemann walked away after 2 races. The Williams was Keke's. Nobody chose this. And what came after that trophy is a story that produced 3 more world championships. But first, he had to survive the season. 3 men stood between Keke Rosberg and that title. The first was Alain Prost. In 1982, the Renault was the fastest car over 1 lap, every single Saturday. The Renault had taken 10 poles in 16 races. Prost would be right there at the front of the grid, looking down the field. Nothing could touch the Renault on Saturday. He won in South Africa. He won in Brazil. 2 races in, 18 points already banked. The championship already looked like Prost's to lose. Then the Renault started breaking down. Long Beach, gone. San Marino, gone. Belgium, spun off on lap 59. Netherlands, gone. Germany, gone on lap 14. The worst of it came at Austria. Prost led comfortably with 5 laps to go. The Renault's engine cut out. He officially classified 8th, 0 points from a race he was going to win. He scored 34 points all season. Fastest on Saturdays. The Renault couldn't make it to Sunday. While Prost's Renault was falling apart, another man was doing something remarkable. John Watson. Belgium, Zolder. The weekend Gilles Villeneuve died in qualifying. Ferrari withdrew both cars from the race. Watson started 10th and still won. He sat behind Keke for most of the race, watched Keke's tires go off in the final laps, and overtook him on the penultimate lap. Then Detroit. Keke had led the race until his gearbox failed. Watson, starting 17th on a street circuit where grid position is almost everything, overtook driver after driver and moved into the lead with 12 laps to go. He won from 17th. In a season already full of extraordinary racing, it was the drive of 1982. Then Canada. Not a Watson win this time, but the season wasn't done. A rookie named Riccardo Paletti died at the start. 2 drivers killed before the season reached its halfway point. The season was consuming itself. After Canada, Watson led the championship, 30 points. Keke had 17. Nobody was looking in Keke's direction. 2 brilliant wins. And then Watson went silent. He finished 9th in the Netherlands, outside the points. Then Britain, France, Germany, Austria. 4 retirements in a row. 5 races, nothing scored. While Pironi and Keke were picking up points every single weekend, Watson disappeared from the fight. By the time he found his form again, the gap had grown to where he needed a miracle. 2 wins. A brilliant season. We'll come back to Watson in Las Vegas. While Watson was winning and then fading, a third man had quietly taken control of the championship. Didier Pironi. If Prost was the fastest driver over 1 lap, Pironi was the most dominant driver across full race distances. Where the Renault fell apart on race day, Pironi's Ferrari converted pace into points, consistently, relentlessly. He won at San Marino. He won in the Netherlands. He was building a lead that was starting to look unassailable. Going into Germany, Pironi, 39 points, Watson, 30, Keke, 23. A wet qualifying session. Pironi came over a blind rise at speed and hit the back of Prost's slow-moving Renault. The Ferrari was launched into the air. Both his legs were severely injured. Pironi never raced in Formula One again. He still finished second in the championship, 39 points, having missed the last 4 races entirely. That is how dominant his lead had been. The championship was suddenly wide open. After Germany, 4 races left. Keke, 27 points, in third, suddenly, realistically, in contention. At Austria, the race after the Pironi crash, Keke finished second, 6 more points, 33 in total. The gap to Pironi was closing, but the man who had been leading was in hospital and not coming back. Next up, the Swiss Grand Prix, held, as always, in France, because Switzerland had banned motor racing after Le Mans 1955. The name stays. The asphalt is French. Keke qualified 8th. Prost, fastest on Saturdays as always, was on pole. For most of the race, Keke was stuck in traffic, lapping faster than the cars around him, but unable to get through. The race was slipping away. With 7 laps to go, the path ahead finally cleared. Keke began closing on Prost. Lap 79. He went through. Keke Rosberg crossed the line first, his first Formula One race win, his only Formula One race win of the entire season. Championship standings after Switzerland. Keke, 42 points. Pironi, 39. Watson, 30. 1 win, and Keke Rosberg was leading the Formula One World Championship. At Italy, Watson clawed back 3 points with a 4th-place finish. Keke scored nothing. Going into the final round, it was Keke on 42 points, Watson on 33. The final race of the 1982 Formula One World Championship was held in the car park of Caesars Palace Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. For Watson to win this championship, he had to win the race, and Keke had to finish 7th or lower. If both happened, they'd be tied on 42 points, and Watson would win on countback because he had more race victories. For Keke, just 1 point. 6th place or better. That was all. Michele Alboreto won the race in a Tyrrell, the 11th different winner of 1982. Watson finished second. He didn't win. It was over. Keke Rosberg finished 5th, 2 points. World champion. The final standings: Pironi, 39 points, 2 wins. Watson, 39 points, 2 wins. Prost, 34 points, 2 wins. Lauda, 30 points, 2 wins. Keke Rosberg, 44 points, 1 win. What came after 1982 was the part of the story most people don't know. Keke raced in Formula One for 4 more years and retired at the end of 1986. Then he became a driver manager. He spotted Mika Häkkinen as a teenager and backed him into Formula One. Häkkinen went on to win 2 world championships, 1998 and 1999. Häkkinen himself said that without Keke, he doesn't believe he would have made it into F1 at all. Then there was his son. Nico Rosberg won the 2016 Formula One World Championship with Mercedes. 3 championships across 2 drivers, built by the man who won one in 1982 in a car nobody expected him to lead, in a season the sport would rather forget. But the Williams story had one more chapter. Keke's teammate at Williams in 1985 was Nigel Mansell. The year after Keke left, Mansell was 18 laps from the World Championship. 1 tire ended it. What Williams knew and what they chose to do, that story is right there.